Hi, Aries. Welcome. So, Aries, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So, Aries, when I was meditating on the collective energy, I was getting a lyric to a song, and she says, "I'm alive." And there's actually two different songs that came through. One is, I cannot remember the name of the artist. She says, "I can feel you all around me. I'm alive." And then the other song was Sia. I know that one for sure. Alive. I believe that's the name of the song. But anyways, it's like this feeling of like coming alive, Aries. Like really feeling that things are coming to fruition for you, that you're coming alive, that you are feeling a sense of purpose, that you're getting back into the flow of things. And this could have been after a time period where things felt overly complicated to you, or the energy's been very weird lately. Very complex energy shifts going on, astrologically speaking as well. So you might have felt the ups and downs of that, Aries, but it's like ultimately putting this pep back in your step, right? To kind of get back into the swing of things. And that's kind of what I feel coming in for you. So let's see, Aries, what cards we get out for you and go a little bit further. You have the card of the Ascendant. So this is talking about your outlook on life, your outlook on others, your worldview, your mission statement, your attitude, as well as the impression that you leave on others, right? So this is asking you to kind of look at your point of view, okay? And they're also giving me the Ariana Grande song, "I love to see me from your point of view." What perceptions do you hold? Does that hinder you or does that help you? Because it's all about your point of view, right? We can go through any situation and we can choose to see the good in it, or we could choose to see the bad in it. That's where our free will comes in. That's where perspective is important. And so Spirit is asking you, whatever you have going on in your life right now, what point of view are you choosing, right? Because if it doesn't feel good, whatever perspective you hold, then that point of view is a hindrance to you, right? So when we hold a perspective or an expectation and it feels terrible, that's our indication through our emotions that there's another way to look at this, right? There is some sort of silver lining that you are not seeing here, Aries, and it wants to present itself to you as we come into March. So, and your birthday season, which is right around the corner. So then you have the card of experiencing. So again, this is talking about, looking at the experiences that you've recently had, and how do you choose to see it? Do you choose to see it as a positive that grew you, or do you choose to see it as something that hurt you, or that has created something you didn't want in your life? There's also the card of isolation. You could be spending more time alone or benefit from some isolation, but make sure you're using that alone time in a productive way, Aries. Because sometimes this card talks about loneliness or allowing your brain to go to the negative when you are alone, right? Reminiscing about experiences that have hurt you, as opposed to looking at it through the lens of how it helped you to get where you are now, to grow you, to make you a better discerner about what you will and will not tolerate in your life or within relationships. So let's see what else we have coming in for you, Aries, and go from there. I'm going to go into the headspace and see what's going on in the current energy. Then I'm going to go into the heart space and see what you need to know when it comes to emotions. And then the bigger spiritual picture, Aries. So you have the card of choices as well. So again, Spirit is saying whatever the experience is, you have a choice. And your choice is, how do you choose to think and feel about it? That's where your control is. Your control is within you. It's not external to you. So I also feel that there could have been some sort of experience that maybe changed your point of view of a situation or a person, right? Sometimes the Seven of Cups talks about confusion, and they're giving me the word clarity. So after some sort of confusion, you've received some sort of clarity about a situation. And, clarity is a wonderful thing because it shows us the truth of a situation. And sometimes the truth hurts, right? But sometimes it always helps to point us in the direction of what we do want, right? So the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, and there's that song again. I can feel you all around me. It's like, wow, okay, so why does that song keep coming through? It could be too that like there's an energy very present in your energy, I'm trying to think of the right words, how to say this, like just feeling someone's presence, whether they're with you or not near you. Some of you may have a connection like that, or it's like someone keeps popping up in your mind or in your memories. It's like having a presence near you, but it's not actually physically near you. And I feel like this is a person, and they're giving, I'm getting a Evanescence song as well. So lots of different emotions flooding in here. Aries, this is very interesting energy here. So you have two knights, which are cards of action. This is talking about taking your time before you communicate, right? Take some time to really think things over, to get all of the information before you act on something. There could be something here that you've been dwelling on, okay, especially when you have time alone, but not always in the most productive way. But there is a way to take whatever this is that's going on and use it as fuel, use it as motivation to make yourself better, or to be more productive, or to point yourself in a different direction, right? Pain can sometimes be a great motivator, and people don't like to hear that because nobody likes to go through something painful, right? But it can motivate us to do better, to demand better for ourselves, to demand better of ourselves. And I feel like there's something about that going on here. There's some sort of experience that you've had that created some pain here, maybe even some isolation where you had a choice, but it is ultimately, right, for your growth, okay? But before you take action, before you commit to anything, before you move forward, just make sure you have all of the information, Aries, as there is a caution around, making any big decisions before you truly know all of the story or all of the information. So let's see what else. Let's go a little bit deeper. Temperance. Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups. Okay, so in the heart space, it's looking quite nice here, Aries. So when it comes to the emotional space, it's like coming alive again. I feel like that's why that song is so prevalent. It's like coming alive again. It's like feeling that connectivity, having that support. There's two cards of this like supportive environment around you, people that you can count on, or a person that you can count on, a social group, becoming available to you. Like, I feel you have a lot of support in whatever it is that you're going through. And all three of these cards talk about friendship as well as being highlighted as something that's maybe important right now. And yet there's this very independent type of energy. It's like you can do this on your own, but you don't have to. Spirit is saying, like, if you need support, open yourself up to it. Allow yourself to feel that warm embrace of others, or that warm embrace of spirit, of loving yourself, right? It's nice to have others to lean on, but at the end of the day, it's nice that you can lean on yourself to be your own emotional support system. But I actually feel like there is support also showing up in the form of a helpful person or helpful people, people that have your back. I think you're very interested right now in people that have commonalities to you, having a little bit more fun in your life, incorporating more of social activity or friends or family into your life, and not really needing to be the Lone Ranger, because the universe has not left you alone. Now, some of you may have felt a sense of isolation or like being misunderstood, or that you were alone, but during March, right, and particularly your birthday season, the universe is going to yield to you evidence that you are never alone, that there is always, law of attraction is always going to bring you the right people in the right timing. You just got to be open to it and recognize it as it comes forward to you, because I do feel an immense amount of support, as well as support from the non-physical, right? Your guides, your non-physical friends, you know, and that could be what the presence is about. I feel like it's a reminder to you that you're never, ever, ever alone. You're never without guidance. You're never without the support of the non-physical, which will never give up on you. Your higher self never gives up on you. It never throws in the towel. It never says you're not good enough. Your ego might fool your brain into thinking that, but there is always a stream of unconditional love flowing to you through source, through your higher self, and it will hold that love until you're ready to join it, Aries. Now, some of you have held yourself away from feeling as good as you could be feeling because of something that maybe you were dwelling on, an experience you had that you didn't really like. But that experience ultimately grew you, and now it's time to come into this more peaceful space where you're recognizing the blessings around you, where it's showing up in the heart space, where the timing is right, right? I'm also hearing time heals all wounds. So if that's something you're still struggling with, give yourself time, give yourself grace. In the moment, stay in the moment is what they're saying. Stay in the moment best that you can, Aries. And yes, this is actually really beautiful energy. And I feel you having choices too, but the good kind of choices, like, well, what do you want to do next? You know, who do you want to hang out with? Where do you want to go? Like, yeah, look to something to look forward to is what's showing up. Whoa, oh my goodness. So let's see the bigger spiritual picture and go a bit deeper. So you have the moon, the 10 of swords, the 9 of wands, and justice. So there is something here that I feel like emotionally has had a hold of you, but it is time to clear the air or clear your energy or to move away from that situation. And yet there's a little bit of this hesitancy to do that, a little bit of this guardedness, this defensiveness showing up. Some of you, it's like, it's not your job to play the role of karma. I'm just going to put that out there, because one of the messages that is showing up is that sometimes when we feel like we've been through an experience or we've been slighted, that we feel that we need to respond in a way that balances the scales, that plays karma, right? But it's like the universe is responsible for that, not you, Aries. And you take yourself out of alignment anytime you think vengeful, defensive, or angry thoughts, right? It's not really your job, although it's easy to want to go in that direction, right? But it's never going to feel good. It's never going to feel good, because you cannot push against a situation and also be in alignment. You're either in alignment or you're not in alignment. And so, which do you prefer, right? Because there's all this beautiful energy showing up in the emotional space and the supportive energy that's wanting to flow into you, but you got to be a match to it. You got to be a match to that love. And when we hold ourselves in a place of defensefulness or guardedness or anger, no matter how justified we are, right? It does hold us away from really truly appreciating what we do have in our life, what we do have in front of us, right? So not on you to play the role of karma. If this isn't you, right, and there's someone external to the situation, then not on them to play the role of karma. Things are going to be balanced out either way, and it's okay for you to relax in the knowing of that and not be so it's almost like you're trying to guard against anything bad happening or anybody being able to hurt you, maybe because of some past experiences. But Spirit is saying it's time to surrender that. It's time to release that so that you can have true balance in your life, so you can have true peace in your life, and you can begin to call in higher level, higher vibrating experiences, people, situations, because it's all here for you, Aries. and it's wanting to work its way into your life. But the question is, are you going to see it that way? Because it's all about your point of view, and only you get to decide your point of view, Aries. So let's see what the guidance is here for you. We're going to leave it at that. I love to see me from the point of view. She says, I want to love me the way that you love me. All right, so you have the card of Strength. Okay, this does not belong in here, but I'm going to read it. It says, strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence and conviction, a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You are never alone. We are always with you. Isn't that funny? The last sentence of this says, you are never alone. We are always with you. And that was the beginning message, right? That you're never alone. And then this card says, the main event isn't the destination, it is the journey. You did not come forth seeking assignments to complete. You came forth for reasons to flow and to love and enjoy your life. Even though you will return home at the end of any vacation, the idea of your holiday is not to complete it as quickly as possible so you can get it off your checklist. The idea of your vacation and of this life experience is to enjoy the journey. So this is also reminding you that no matter what ups and downs life throws at you, it's never about getting to any destination, because you're never really getting to a destination. You're eternal. But it is about enjoying the journey and all the ups and downs along the way, and remembering that you're never, ever alone, Aries. So, wow, beautiful reading. I'm going to leave it there. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with during this time frame or having your own birth chart. I've got Taurus energy, Pisces, Scorpio energy, Libra, Aries energy, Sagittarius. And that's the dominant signs I'm seeing. But keep in mind, it is a general reading. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, guys, as I do have videos and content over there. I just did an event on my Facebook recently. I plan to do more in the future, so make sure you check me out. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Aries, and until next time, my friends, namaste.